When we plan CLIL lessons, we have to think about the following domains: content, communication, cognition, and culture. This is also known as the 4 C's framework. Let's explore each C in more detail. Content refers to any non-language subject or topic you're going to teach. This can include topics from science, math, geography, as well as many other fields. It is important to understand that the content affects all remaining C's and that every stage in a lesson has to be developed with the content in mind. Communication refers to the language used in CLIL classes. When planning a lesson, you have to think about 3 different types of language. Language of learning refers to the language that is necessary to talk about the content. Language for learning refers to learn a language which is necessary to describe their insights as well as communicate with others. Language through learning refers to language that emerges in the process and is needed to deepen the learner's understanding. Cognition refers to higher order thinking and knowledge processing. Culture in CLIL lessons explores the links between language and cultural identity. What is more, it refers to a culture of learning as well as a sense of community and citizenship among learners. Let's have a look at how this framework can be put into practice in a science CLIL lesson. The lesson is held in French in a Scottish primary school. First, the teacher introduces useful language using different ways of scaffolding.
Une expérience scientifique. Une expérience scientifique. Écoutez. Écoutez. Il flotte. Répétez.
Il flotte.
Ou. Il coule.
Il coule.
Il flotte.
Il flotte.
Ou. Il coule.
Il coule.
Il flotte.
Il flotte.
Elle flotte.
Elle flotte.
The effective use of gestures and mime scaffold the learner's language production. The use of real fruits provides additional visual scaffolding and helps the learners to connect the new words to their meanings. Once the learners are familiar with the set of new words, the teacher creates opportunities to practice them. The learners are engaged cognitively and get to revise the new words and their meanings many times.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Un kiwi.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Une
Orange. Excellent. Excellent. Fermez les yeux. Fermez les yeux. Ouvrez les yeux. Oh. Qu'est-ce qui manque? Répétez. Qu'est-ce qui manque? Qu'est-ce qui manque? Qu'est-ce qui manque? Ouais. Un citron. Un citron jaune ou un citron vert?
Jaune.
Un citron jaune. La classe, oui ou non?
Oui. Oui.
Oui. Un citron jaune.
Vert.
La classe. Qu'est-ce qui manque? Qu'est-ce qui manque?
Qu'est-ce qui manque?
Qu'est-ce qui manque? Un kiwi? C'est correct?
Oui. Oui.
Oui!
Now that they are familiar with the required language, the teacher introduces the concept of predicting. Again, this is supported by effective scaffolding using gestures, mime, and intonation, as well as a lot of repetition.
Les prédictions. Ouais? Les prédictions. Une orange. Elle flotte.
Elle flotte.
Ou elle coule.
Elle coule. Elle coule.
Elle coule.
Elle coule.
Alors, un crayon. Par exemple, merci. Merci. Par exemple, une orange coule. Une croix. Comme ça. Oui? Une orange coule, par exemple. Oui? Ce sont des prédictions. Vous allez faire des prédictions. Alors. Une poire flotte, une poire coule. Prédiction, les prédictions. Une poire flotte ou une poire coule. Qu'est-ce que vous pensez?
Une poire flotte.
Une poire flotte, ok. Groupe numéro 6, un raisin flotte ou un raisin coule. Qu'est-ce que vous pensez?
Un raisin cool.
Un raisin cool, excellent.
Next, the learners test their predictions by conducting the experiment themselves. They record their results on their worksheets in groups.
La fraise, elle flotte ou elle coule. Vérification. Elle flotte.
Once the learners have found out that some fruits sink while others float, the teacher asks them why. The learners evidently understand the question and answer in their native language.
Alors, l'orange, elle flotte ou elle coule? Elle flotte. Le raisin, il flotte ou il coule?
Elle coule.
Non, il coule. Il coule. Pourquoi? Une orange flotte, un raisin coule. Pourquoi?
Because the raisin doesn't have enough flavor.
The teacher listens attentively to the learner's conclusions and introduces the concept of density. Again, he illustrates the meaning of these concepts by using skillful scaffolding techniques. This part of the lesson consolidates its content.
Les atomes de l'orange, les atomes
Les raisins.
du raisin, les atomes du raisin. Le raisin coule, ouais, et l'orange flotte. Groupe numéro 3.
Through the group activity, the learners understand the concept of density.
Les atomes
They also realize that an object's density determines whether it sinks or floats in water. Of course, this is just one way how the 4Cs framework can be put into practice. Here is an overview showing you how each C was realized in this lesson. The content of the lesson had to do with how density affects the behavior of objects in water. The language which was necessary to convey the content comprised the names of different fruits as well as appropriate questions and answers to describe different actions and to give reasons. In order to learn about the content, the learners had to perform a sequence of cognitive functions: predicting, testing, and concluding. The culture of learning was based on a sociocultural view of learning in which learners learn best from each other in groups, supported by a more knowledgeable other, the teacher. So, what is your first CLIL lesson going to look like?